Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mrs. Sassy Sunday Stream, episode 15. Thank you so much for joining me today on your Sunday. Let's see. I don't even know where to start. Last night, I have to say, I was on hypnosis, or what does he call it? Hypnotic show last night. Saturday night hypnosis. And it was a lot of fun last night to be on there. I really enjoyed streaming with all of those people. Leon, or Words of Paradise, and my friend Cassie. It was just a pleasure. It was a pleasure to be on. I was really honored to be asked. So if you haven't checked that out already, go on over to after Hypnotic, or after my show, go check out Hypnotic. So there we are. I don't know, you guys. Sorry, I'm dragging today. I've done, like Cannoli told me, he's like, it's going to catch up with you. So this is my third stream of the weekend. We did the Cannoli Connection on Friday night with Dan from Scene Invaders. And then last night I did Hypnotic show. And then, of course, we have my stream today. So yeah, here we are. Anyway, I'll go through the chat and just say hi to everybody. Let everybody start to come in before we talk about the beautiful person on my thumbnail today. I'm sure you guys all loved the dude in the dress, but there is a reason why jonathanvanness is on the thumbnail. We're going to talk about what I think, what did I put in there? That he's queerly a hypocrite instead of quite the hypocrite, queerly a hypocrite. I can't even speak. So yeah, he is all over the place. He did an episode of Armchair Experts with daxshepard, and I was pleasantly surprised on daxshepard and how he kind of, countered a lot of the things that jonathanvanness said. And if you guys don't know who he is, we'll get into who this person is. He's not really on my radar, but he went on my radar after Vex told me I needed to listen to this podcast because he was crying over trans and all this stuff. So, it's a lot of weight on his shoulders. So anyway, we're going to start off with my friend from Hawaii. This was way earlier. Yes, he would rather have Cardi B thumbnails. I don't blame you. This thumbnail was pretty crazy. Oh, and by the way, it's start of the spooky season. So I'm going to have like a different shirt on every week. This is my true crime junkie shirt because I do love true crime. So it's time to break out all of your fun clothing and what have you. Anyway, so Bad Take Bohan, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Corey, thank you. My mother-in-law, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. Yes, I will. The Harlow in a skimpy bikini. I like I said, you have to get the people interested. And I would want to know, why is there a dude in a dress? Because he can't pick a lane either. And we'll get into, where his whole thing is with that. Do I want to know what it looks like? No. Nope. Let's see. It kind of looks like Shagsworth. We won't tell him that. They both have strong hair game. I'm going to give them that. I mean, nothing is more annoying than a man with better hair than a woman. It's really obnoxious. I can't. Hi, Jacob. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Iceman, how are you? Good to see you. I know we saw each other last night in Hypnotic stream or in the chat, and just recently followed each other on Twitter. So thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Hey, Kenzo, how are you? I think I just saw that you subscribed to my channel. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Very, very nice. Get yourself iced coffee. Girl, I already had an iced coffee, a big one, and now I'm back onto Pepsi Zero. So yeah, no, I made myself a really yummy chai iced coffee situation. So yeah, I'm good. Good to see you though, Nomi. Thank you for coming by. Mando, look at you. 2 weeks in a row. What do I do? Listen, I'm trying to come up with something. Who do I owe the pleasure? So thank you very much. I appreciate you. Stephen, good to see you. Okay, well, let me tell you something. Nosferatu. I didn't wear the hoops because the last weekend, the last couple times I've worn the hoops, I haven't seen you. So I was like, I'm not wearing the hoops today, and maybe Nas will show up. And here you are. So if they were, I could probably go get them out of the bath. They might be right here in my bathroom. But anyway, thank you for showing up. I'll do the hoops. Don't worry. I'll go get them for you. Wait, hold on. I'll go get them for you. Let me see if they're down here. All right. I got the hoops, Nas. I'll put them on for you. All right. I'll put them on for you if that means you'll stick around. They're right here. Hi, Mrs. to the Icky. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Hope all. Lots of weirdos. Lots of weirdos where? Here in my chat, last night on the show, Hypnotic Show, Twitter. You have to be more specific because there are a lot of weirdos. Lot of weirdos. Steven, there you are. Let's see. You are fantastic today. Good. We love to hear that. Sometimes it's hard to be fantastic on a Sunday because we have to start another work week. And it's just like blah. There you go, Nos. I'll get the other one in. Oh, yeah. No, I figured it was about the thumbnail. Like I said, and I hope it's okay. Listen, I didn't have my usual clearance from Vex. I did the best I could. Yeah, I know soft drinks are hard on the body. Fruit juice has a lot of sugar in it though too. Listen, you should really just drink water. Water's the best thing for you. And I drink a lot of water, so I'm trying. Oh yeah, Andrew Tate on Rumble will always bring out the weirdos. The universe is now in Italian balance. If it was, people wouldn't be acting the fool. Let me tell you. Yes, Bloss demands and Sassy responds. We got it. I know. Listen, this is what I do for my people. Ladies get mad at my hair. It's thick and soft, whatever that means. Yeah, you probably have really good hair. I'm telling you, you probably have amazing hair. So thank you for everybody who has joined the show. We're going to just kind of get started on some topics until the chat decides to derail me from the topics. Oh gosh, lots of child predators. Yeah, there are a lot out there, and but we're not allowed to say anything like that. We're not allowed to assume because then we're the jerks. So I guess we'll get to our very first topic today. We are going to talk about Jonathan Van Ness. So if you guys aren't, let me pull this up really quick. If you guys are not familiar, okay, yeah, I don't want slides. I want to share my screen. If you guys are not familiar, let's see, what are you saying here, friend? Andrew Tate has literally bragged about dudes getting off to him pretending to be one of his scam girls and scamming them. Tate is a major. He is, but it's okay. He won't be canceled. Russell Brand will be canceled, but he won't be canceled for whatever reason. I mean, I guess he has been, but then he's been let back. Anyway, has anybody heard anything about Russell Brand? No, we haven't because they don't have a leg to stand on, which I think is hysterical. Unless I've missed something. I haven't really heard much about him in the news anymore. What macho dude lets other dudes beat him to pretending to be a girl? He's a beta. Of course he is. And that's a lot to say about those dudes. I don't understand it. So we have this dude right here. This is going to get pretty interesting what he has to say. So this is Jonathan Van Ness. And if you guys are not familiar with him, he is, there was a show many years ago called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, which I never watched. I could give two shits. But apparently he did that show. And then he has a podcast called Getting Curious. He's a hairstylist, a television personality, and a podcaster. So he wanted to talk about all these different things on the podcast, which to me were very contradicting of one another. he wanted to discuss the idea of older women having younger sexual partners, dealing with skin issues, and how news organizations choose political sides. But he also talked about transgender participation in sports, what it means to challenge progressive ideas, and how state laws around gender affirming care can differ. So what I really liked about this is that this guy has my hair when mine was that long. Wow. That is really good hair. Like, look at, I wish I had, like, his hair is thicker. I'm really trying to get my hair game up for sure. So this is the guy right here. So if you want to see him right here, he's wearing a dress with tennis shoes on. And like, there's a full thing. He's got little biker shorts underneath. His nips are showing. This is the kind of guy. And if you listen, I was Googling him to try to get an image of him. It means we're jealous. It's true, Nomi. It does mean we're jealous. I was trying to get an image of him to use for the thumbnail, and I was just like, there was so much to choose from because here, let me see if I can do this really quick. Stop sharing. I just want to do something real quick. I want to show you guys Jonathan Van. Oop, hold on. Here we go. I just kind of want to show you guys, if you go to his images. Here's one. Yeah. Here, let's pull this one up real quick. So here we go. I mean, right here, you have him. I don't know if this is going to pull up. No, sorry. Let me go back. Here's him in a dress right here. I mean, come on. And then there was another one that I almost chose for the thumbnail. Oh, look, here you go. This is what I wanted to show you. So fun and slutty with Jonathan Van Ness, yet he is being an advocate and he's crying because the weight he has on his shoulders that for carrying the trans community is just beyond him. He cried because he's so overwhelmed. He's so overwhelmed. But this is a tight, like, he is so, here's him and his husband. So he gets to wear the dress and the pearls, and he's got, he's totally trying to act like a chick. There was another dress in here that was just like, just ridiculous. So anyway, my whole point of this is I want to talk to you guys about what he said on the podcast and why it was absolutely disgusting. So let's stop sharing this. I have notes pulled up. We'll pull him. Let's see. We'll pull this one back up. Let's see. Hold on. Share screen. Here we go. Nope, not that one. Right here. Okay. So when he was on this podcast, these are the things I took. I took notes. Like, I actually typed out what he was saying because it was disgusting. Let's see what, hold on. In another age, he would have been on Broadway as yes, no, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But he's trying to be an advocate for kids. And wait till you hear what he has to say, because it's disgusting. So when I was listening to the podcast, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised that about Dax's questioning, because I think most people in Hollywood are total liberals, and I think that a lot of them are very, very far left and crazy on the left, and so for him to be, he actually did make Jonathan cry because he kind of pushed the envelope a little bit and was like questioning all of these things as far as, transgender sports and kids being able to participate in sports that don't match their gender. And it was making him cry because he's just, he just feels the pressure of all these kids. So I have to say, though, Dax didn't bend the knee, and it made the interview really, really very interesting. I didn't realize because I've heard of him before. I did not realize that this guy dresses like a woman but rocks the beard. And then he did say in his interview is that he is of course non-binary because he doesn't know where he stands. He has no idea as far as like, is he a man? Is he a woman? Because he obviously represents both. So do bearded trans women, and I don't know. That's the thing. It is problematic towards women. Like, I don't understand why you can't just be gay, but why do you have to present yourself as a woman as well? It just doesn't make sense. Like, I know feminine men, and you can kind of be metrosexual and dress a certain way, that there are, people that the truth is he's not a real woman. I agree. And that is definitely why I try to promote making real women great again, because you have somebody like this who looks like this, and he, here, we'll pull up another, we'll just kind of set the stage here. Let me do this real quick. We're just gonna like pull up different pictures. So this person here, who, is kind of like a Dylan Mulvaney, if you will. If you're going to pretend to be a woman, at least make the effort. See, that's the thing, you guys. That's the thing. I don't understand what his whole motto is. There was this whole dress here too that I was trying to pull up. Now all of a sudden I can't find it. Look at right here. That's him right there in this black dress. Hey, Ash, good to see you. Metrosexual. I haven't heard that word. You know what, though? It definitely does kind of, there are men, though. There are masculine men that are a little bit more effeminate or dress a little bit of a certain way. And I kind of think they're metrosexual as well, where they really, really are into their appearance. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that was always a good word. I assume because society is no longer accepting drag as not being trans. Probably, like, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know what his agenda is. I mean, good for him for kind of just, I mean, but look, that's him in the middle there. Good for him for just being himself, I guess. But here's the thing. Oh, yes, I know. The bearded woman from Spaceballs is more woman than him, but you wouldn't be able to say anything because it's mean now. Like the bearded lady where they called him a circus freak in Spaceballs, you wouldn't be allowed to say that now because it's offensive. Everybody's like, look at this right here. Like, so this is the person that wants to protect your kids. So let me bring up what I was talking about real quick. So he basically is like crying because he feels like if kids don't have a place in sports when they transition at an early age, that it's detrimental to them. Nadia, hey girl, what's up? What's up? Thanks for joining. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling okay today. I know that you were struggling a little bit. So well wishes to you, my friend. And to Jana, Jana Banana, Copa Catanya's wife was in an accident yesterday, her and her daughter, but the baby's okay. Jana got a little knocked up, not in that way, knocked around. So we are sending well wishes to Jana's way today as well. So he was crying and just talking about how he feels for all these young kids, because I guess he was trying to be a I guess he was a cheerleader when he was in high school and it got him through everything. And he feels like all of the rules now with kids not getting gender affirming care and not being supported the way that they are, he feels like it's detrimental to kids. And he feels this heavy, heavy pressure to be there for these kids. However, this whole let's see, I see males in dresses the same way I see a real woman in a maid costume or leopard pattern dress. It's a ploy. It's got to be. It's got to be, because but the thing is I really do think that there are people like this that just don't know what lane to be in. And he did seem very, very he seems like a very confused individual. And he seems to be blaming it on everybody else because we're not allowing certain things. And he feels like the transgender in sports is not fair because they just don't have a place. What'd you say? We found out we have a trans woman living across the street with his wife and child. Ooh, that's so interesting. That is so interesting. You'll have to tell me if oh, of course, who had cops there 2 days ago. Of course. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's not everybody that I see that is living this lifestyle publicly doesn't look entirely happy, and they're always trying to sell themselves and sell their points. And but here's the kicker, you guys. Here's the kicker. So the first half of the episode, he is crying for kids who should be able to transition. He's crying for kids who should be able to be in the sport that fits what they want to be in, not what their gender matches. He feels like it's fair. He definitely feels like it's fair, right? So after we got through with that, and after he wiped away his tears, this is where we segued. Are you ready? Now they start talking about how to become a dirty whore. What's PrEP? You know, there's that whole PrEP for the gay community to use for checking for AIDS. Gentle insertion, and butt plugs. This is a man who wants to be an advocate for our children. But that's what he obsesses over, and that's what his podcast talks about, is stuff like that. He also made a quote stating he's never had to get his ass ready before for anything, if you catch my drift. And they had a lengthy conversation about how expensive butt plugs are, and that it was $200 for him and his husband to buy butt plugs. Right, exactly. It did. It, like, you go from being an advocate for kids to being a disgusting human being publicly. And then this is what I don't understand either. He's married, right? And his husband is right there in the room when they're talking about that. And he was talking about how obsessed he is with Mitt Romney and how attractive he feels Mitt Romney is. And he was like, oh, girl, Mitt Romney is just so sexy. He was like, I told Mitt Romney, come in me and breed me. He said that in front of his husband. That is, I'm sorry, straight or gay, you don't talk about other people like that in front of your spouse. It's disrespectful. So how am I supposed to take anything this person says to heart when you have behavior like that, talking like that in front of your husband? I've witnessed the damage men inflict on other men, let alone women. Men, boys don't belong in ladies' sports, especially combat sports. Well, see, that's the thing right here. So let me say something to that. So these men want to be women and women want to be men. So if we had to, let's just say a woman wanted to be a man. Okay. So you want to act like a man. Let's go ahead and be a man. Why don't you go ahead and stand on the front lines in a war and fight like a man does? Because you won't. You won't. You don't want everything that comes along with being a man. And most women are that transition. Like I played last week on the show where there was a trans person, male to female, who told their community that they're full of shit because they think they could have periods. This person said that if I could have a period, I wouldn't be transitioning. So I don't understand why you get to just sign on and just have half of whatever the gender offers. So if you really want to be that gender, you have to go in full throttle. None of this half-ass bullshit like this dude with the beard. You need to either shit or get off the pot. Oh, here's the picture I was going to show right here. Yeah, right here. This dress. It's like shit or get off the pot, dude. So butt plugs sound like being constipated all the time. Yeah, well, apparently it's a whole sexual thing that him and his husband like to talk about. It's because they are not real women. They just men think themselves as women. But the truth is they want to just mock women for something they have for generations. Yeah, and it's really disrespectful. And that's one of the things. Yeah, it's very disrespectful. And I will defend both sides for sure. Like last week when the shaving ad for Braun came out and they showed a female to male with the double mastectomy scars, I felt like that was disrespectful to men as well. It's ridiculous. Hey Beard, how are you? You here to get me off topic? I actually started my topic right on time and I've stuck with it so far. So far, so good. It's not equality that they're talking about. No, it's not. It's just being accepted. Everybody has to, no matter if it's fair or not, you have to be accepted. So for the fact that this dude right here is wanting to be an advocate for our kids and legitimately cried during the podcast because he's just so tired of carrying carrying this for everybody. It's so much weight on his shoulders to have to be an advocate for this community and for our kids. And it's so sad to see our kids not being able to live the full lives that they want to live. Once again, and I say it all the time, you guys, our kids are too young to make these transition decisions. If they want to be a boy and they want to wear a freaking dress for a couple of years, let them do whatever they want. But when you start getting into the medical transition of things, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on that. I listened to the whole podcast. I didn't think I was going to want to, but it was interesting. And like I said, daxshepard really didn't bend the knee and really kind of just questioned him hard to the point where he cried. So I think it was funny and I enjoyed it. And I just think this jonathanvanness is just a freaking ugh. He's hateable and just, he's gross. I'm sorry. He's gross. And it's just, once again, why does everything have to be sexual? Right. Not good for them, for children. You know what? Yeah, I know. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. There's another thing that now that it's spooky season and we have our, murder shirt on and all that stuff, we're going to talk about, oh, hey, Jessica, how are you? I don't want kids. And if I did, I would never want that man to be their advocate. Absolutely. I know, that's the thing. It's really sad. And I have to protect my daughter from shit like that. Is there ever a normal subject to walk in on? There's not. We were talking about a no, he's not even trans. See, that's the thing too. He doesn't identify as a male. He said he's non-binary, but he has a male name. Jonathan is not one of those names that go both ways. So he's got a male name. He wears women's clothing, but he rocks the beard. So that's not really a feminine thing. So I think he's just really confused. Let me say, hold on. Blasty, are we going to see you play some scary games for Spooktober? I don't know. It depends on what Cannoli wants to do. I can't play games by myself, but we'll do our very best. I know we want to get some gaming streams in here. For coming up soon. Zax, how are you? Dude, your show last night, once again. I stay up till 2:00 in the morning. I know you guys stay up a lot later, but your show last night was hysterical. And then, of course, you kicked us all over to Tim's stream, and what a shit show that always is, and enjoyable. But great stuff again last night, Zax. Great stuff. I mean, these videos that you guys find, they're priceless. Mrs. Martin uses, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I very much appreciate you. He's culturally appropriating women. He is. But we're supposed to be okay with that. If you do blackface or whiteface, that's a major situation. But somebody like him isn't going to get canceled, because if you cancel somebody who wears a dress with a beard like that, then we're not sensitive. We're not sensitive to his needs, and we have to cater to that. I'm really tired of having to cater to the mentally ill in that respect. Instead of, maybe figuring out what his issue is, we're just going to go, no, this is okay. This is all right. It's okay. Let him wear. I mean, fine. I guess if he wants to wear a dress with a beard, so be it. But when you talk about disgusting sexual things in the same podcast that you're talking about protecting our kids, but also not protecting our kids in the sense that he wants to make sure that they all get to transition if they need to. He's a huge advocate for transitioning. And so I guess maybe he's not protecting our kids. He's not protecting our kids if he wants to push them in that direction. He wants to make sure that every kid who wants to be in a sport can participate no matter what their gender is. So yeah, you know what? The more and more that I talk about it, I don't think he's a good advocate for our kids, obviously. And he just proves it when he goes off on a tangent and talks about, sexualizing himself. And it's gross. It's gross. Oh, Dempsey, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you. Good to see you. That's why I'm fighting that is why I'm fighting back against them and they agenda. Yeah, it's a ridiculous agenda. I'm so tired of it. It's like, please just identify yourself as one thing or the other. I don't know. There's so much confusion going on. I can't keep up with it. Hey, Aaron, good to see you. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you. Dude, no, seriously. No, thank you. Thank you for the entertainment. I appreciate you. I Cannoli passed out and I was trying not to laugh out loud to wake him up. So yeah, no, it was stellar. You guys, once again, if you don't watch Circle of Jerks on Saturday night, you guys are missing out. So I appreciate you. Let's see. So how many of you are planning on defacing a hopeless pumpkin this month? I am. My daughter wants to carve pumpkins. She's 15 and she feels like she wants to do that. So we probably will. However, we deface it, but we eat it because I make the pumpkin seed. So it doesn't totally go to waste, right? To be honest, I'm going to get flack for this, but bearded men with makeup don't look good. You're not going to get flack for that. They don't look good. There's this one guy that's just disgusting on TikTok that I see once in a while who has like a really nasty porn stash and wears all this makeup. And I don't know what it is, but I want to vomit. It's disgusting. I can't do facial hair like that with makeup. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's like, pick a lane. Yeah, Bloss missed it last night, man. You missed it. You absolutely missed it. I was confused about it too. Listen, I couldn't stay up for his monologue. It was just too much. It was too late. I don't know. So, and of course, I'm sure he deleted his live stream. So I have no idea what happened. Did he quit YouTube? I'll never know because apparently he never keeps up his live streams. I always find it funny when Black people say white people culturally appropriate them, but when they have dyed blonde hair, Black people say white people. Right. Yes. Black people oftentimes they do dye their hair blonde. I don't understand why anybody has to own a particular hairstyle or outfit choice. It's so freaking stupid. Nobody owns anything. It's dumb. If I wanted to have braids all over my head, I will. It's absolutely ridiculous. Nobody should own anything. Why? Who died and left you in charge of styles and who owns what? But you're right. Black people can have blonde hair and that's okay. But like if we have braids or dreads or something that the Black community often wears a lot of, it doesn't mean they own it though. It doesn't mean they own it. And I totally agree with you. It's really stupid. Sassy should play the Alien game or one of those dark. Yeah, well, you would hear me screaming a lot. That would be ear grape if you catch my drift. Yeah, exactly, Jessica. Why would you get flack for a perfectly sane thought? I absolutely agree with you. Wearing a beard with makeup is just it. Okay, so that doesn't confuse our kids. That doesn't confuse our kids. Which, by the way, you know what? We'll make a segue in a second. I actually have a kindergarten teacher who looks just like that, who purposefully wants to confuse our kids and admits it. So we'll get into that. I had some of it on the background, but I was even too tired to type. Oh, wow. Yeah, Tim's a mess, man. Philly Phil. Hey, how are you? I've never seen you here before. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, I would much rather go back to the 90s, the 80s and 90s for sure. Once the 2000s, even the first part of the 2000s was 2000 to 2010. Where are we at? 23. I don't even know when shit got really weird, you guys. I don't even know. But it's terrible. You're absolutely right. We should. Ness, I'm wearing wigs and weaves from Asian sweatshops or real human hair stuff. Okay, so here's the thing. And so my daughter had a hair crisis, okay? And she has worn a wig before, okay? We're white. And we went into, this was probably like 2.5 months ago. We had a hair crisis. So we went to a wig shop down the street from us. Prominently Black people in there, okay? Because yes, the Black community tends to wear wigs, or they always have worn wigs a lot more than the white community. I completely understand that. However, it doesn't mean that a white person can't wear a wig either. There are lots of different things that go on, whether you have a hair crisis. What if you had cancer, God forbid, or you had alopecia? There are a lot of different things or what if you just want to wear a wig to have fun? Shouldn't be an issue. So we walk into this wig shop, and this really nice black gentleman helped us and didn't make us feel weird for being white, didn't make us feel weird for not being in there. He educated us on different wigs and the different types of parts. He was very, very kind to us. And he could have looked at us and been like, why are you two white girls up here in a wig shop? But you know what the funny thing was too, is the wigs were not, they weren't, I don't know how to say this word. They weren't necessarily for black people in the sense that they had wigs that okay, so they had colors and hairstyles that would traditionally be seen on a lighter person. So it's almost like they're making wigs for both white and black people, but sometimes white people can get shit for wearing wigs. So anyway, my point is that those days are over. We've got to get rid of who owns what. And if a white woman wants to wear a wig for whatever reason, let them fucking wear a wig. The black people don't own wigs. I'm sorry if that's controversial, but I don't think black people own anything. White people don't own anything either. And you can do whatever you want and just be happy. Nobody, who gives a shit? Glenn, hey, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing okay. There should be no argument about it. If something like gender needs to be explained or can only be understood internally, it's a mental issue, period. It is. We shouldn't have to explain everything. We should just be able to be. Jessica, it's so stupid. There's a clip of black why can't I speak? Complaining about white people wearing braids. Guess the dude has never heard of the Viking. That's the thing, you guys. I don't understand why certain groups own certain things. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. Now, listen, I do understand certain styles don't look good on certain people, but that should be a style thing, not a race thing. It's so stupid. I love October. It's my favorite time of year. Also, I'm releasing an album on Halloween Day again this year. Awesome. We will be there to check it out. I'm sorry, Gord. You know what? It goes well into November too. I mean, don't people use you for like table displays and stuff? I'm sorry, man. Maybe you should hibernate for a while, just in case. I know who you were talking about. And yes, he's disgusting. Yep. Hey, Jay, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I can't take it anymore. If they can't, this is word they're asking for. What did I come into here? We were just I was talking about Jonathan Van Ness, who is a queer eye for the straight guy. And we were talking about how he's a bearded man. He's on my thumbnail, bearded man who wears dresses, who cries for the kids, for trans and all this stuff, but then talks about, gentle insertion, butt plugs, and gay sex, all in the same podcast that I listen to. So we were just talking about the hypocrisy of a lot of these things, and just, we were also talking about hairstyles and the fact that, like, I don't truly believe that one race over the other should own a particular hairstyle. I don't know when that started, but it's really ridiculous. And cultural appropriation. You talk about men with beards wearing dresses. Well, is that women appropriation or what have you? Nomi had brought that up. It's like, it's disrespectful. I can feel disrespected over that. That's fine. It's stupid. It's like pick a lane already. They complain about other races wearing it too. When in India, a lot of yogis wear dreaded hair because of one of the gods. See, but they don't educate themselves. Nobody educates themselves. So that's why. That is why we just automatically start thinking everybody's being offensive. How about this? Let me put it to you this way. Why does it have to be racial, or why does it have to be negative? What if it was a compliment? What if it was like, oh my God, I love your hair in braids. I want to wear it too. Can't we just look at it as a compliment and be like, wow, that's a really cool hairstyle? If anybody was, my daughter, let me tell you a really quick story. So many, many years ago, my daughter had short hair when she was going through her boy phase, right? And at the time, a split dye was very, very popular. So it was like a really short, like lots of hair on the top, short back here, and you would have split dyes. meaning different color on each side. It was very popular for a while. I think it's died down a little bit. So my daughter at the time was like 11. Okay. And this girl so my daughter was in middle school, and this girl went to the high school in the same area. And my daughter went to school with the high schooler's sister. Okay. So they had this affiliation. Anyway, my daughter got verbally, like to the point where I had to step in and curb this bitch. My daughter got verbally assaulted, being told that she was a copier and to get her own mind and her own style. However, this girl was known on TikTok as an influencer. So let me ask you a question. Influencers, what does influence mean? You're an influencer, you influence other people. So wouldn't it be a compliment if you saw people wearing your same style? Why does that have to be negative? Why does my 11-year-old, when I tell you what I had to say to this girl, like it was a Snapchat situation. I had to snap this bitch back. She was like 17 years old coming at my 11-year-old daughter. I had to put this bitch in her place. And I don't give a shit as an adult if she was under 18. She came at my daughter for copying her style. Bitch, you don't own those hair colors. You do not own any of it. And if you're going to put yourself out there on social media, give people hair tutorials on how you did that, only to get pissed at them for copying you. You can fuck right off. I'm sorry. That is not cool. And it's coming after an 11-year-old. You got nobody else to fight? Please, please. I have a black god sister, and she used to cornrow my hair and send me to school, and nobody cared. Yep, because it was back in the day before everybody thought they owned something. You know what? And there's nothing wrong with that. I would love to have braids once in a while. It would be really cool. Less maintenance on your hair. I mean, Martin Luther King died but didn't leave them in charge of anything. No, they're not in charge of anything. And we're not in charge of anything. Listen, if a black person wants to have blonde hair, so be it. The white people don't own the blonde hair color. They don't. 70s, 80s wasn't that bad. No. Hey, Josh, good to see you. You want your sausage and peps? I'll get it for you. I'll send it out to you. It's Josh's birthday week, so everybody be really, really kind to him and send him lots of love this week. You're culturally appropriated us, they say, while holding an iPhone and using dollars to pay for their wares and driving cars. It's all hypocritical. It's hypocritical all the time. And it drives me crazy because everybody wants to like just nitpick everything. Nobody can be like happy anymore. Everybody's mean. Nobody can laugh at themselves. God forbid you make a racial joke. Let me tell you something. I was on Hypnotic Show last night, and Atreus and Ryan Roger Athy or whatever, they go at it to the point where I was like, holy shit. But you know what? They're adults and we all laugh. Who gives a shit? That's what makes life fun. You can pick on each other and just be adults about stuff. But we can't do that anymore. I think it seemed to start when Caitlyn won the Woman of the Year. You know what? I have to say, if I was podcasting back then, I would have had a lot to say about that. I think that was really disrespectful for her to win. See, I call her a her, and I know she's not, but whatever. That person, Woman of the Year. I think you're absolutely right. I think that's when it all started. Caitlyn Jenner definitely started this movement for it to be okay to transition and to do all that. But the funny thing is, you guys, is Caitlyn Jenner doesn't think that trans belong in the other sports. Aren't they really against that? Which I appreciate. I appreciate that. I don't think Caitlyn would think it was okay for them to participate in women's sports right now, being biologically a man. I'm brown and I've given my hair for cancer patients. I don't know the race. Okay, there you go. You don't care who gets it. And let me tell you something. Do you think the cancer patient is going to look at you and go, that's not a wig my race would wear? No, they're so grateful to have hair that they will take anything. You guys, it's so sad what we choose to get mad over. It's so sad. It really is. We should just take care of each other. I just try to remember that it isn't all any group doing these weird things. The ones who are doing this are just very vocal. That is true, but there's a little bit from every group, and it gives the groups a bad name. It does. It gives the groups a bad name. It really doesn't need to be like this, you guys. It doesn't need to be this tough. They probably sell more wigs to drag queens than anyone else. I'm sure that they do. And that's the thing too, you guys, is drag queens. A lot of the drag queens are white. I'm pretty sure there's a lot, but of black drag queens, but you're right. And when we went into this wig shop, there were wigs of all different races, ethnicities. Like any race could walk in there and get a wig that would fit their ethnicity. They had everything. It wasn't just specific to black people, and it's not that way anymore, you guys. I don't understand why it has to be cultural all the time. All the time. I swear people forget we're all human beings. Skin color should be secondary. Maybe even further down the list, Aaron. Maybe further down the list. I think that's the fact that we put so much emphasis on our skin color these days. And also this gender thing. It's like, dude, it's just so much. When can't we just be human beings? There's so many labels that are just exhausting, and it really gets out of hand. Hey, Bagface, how are you? I mean, there's only one thing we own, and it's a single word, which seems like it's not too big of a deal. I know. It's so out of hand. It's so out of hand. And you do own a word, and even so, like, it's used ridiculously all the time. Let's see. You will own no wigs and like it. Eat the bugs. Yes, we're going to be pushed into eating the bugs as well. Braids, they are called, wait for it, Dutch braids. Well, there you go. There you go. Seriously. That's why I don't understand. I don't understand why everybody has to own something. It's none of your business. And all you people need to stop eating my people's pizza. Pizza Hut owns it. Us appropriations, right? Exactly. Black is such a weird category now. I work with a woman from the Caribbean and a dude from Nigeria, and they both hate black people. Listen, Josh hates people in his own community. We all have people in our own community that suck and give our, race a terrible name. So, I mean, people don't want to talk about that either. But yeah, that's an absolutely great point. Absolutely great point. Call me a cracker. It isn't a big deal and should not be one. I don't see how calling them something is such a big deal. They're just words, you guys. I don't understand why everybody got so freaking uptight and butthurt. It's just freaking words. Who gives a shit? Who cares? If you can't take a joke, see ya. If you can't laugh, what the hell do you have? Life is so fucked up right now. And just like, it's so stressful. Like, we're all on the brink of just like completely losing it. This economy is in the turlet. It's just, there's so much hate. You guys, it's really going to jump off here. The closer we get to the election, if we can't take the moment to just simmer down and just have a good laugh, you ain't going to make it. You're not going to make it. I knew 2 Nigerian twins that immigrated here to the States, and they hated African Americans. Gentle insertion butt plugs is better than an entire freaking arm. Amen. Josh knows what we're talking about. Amen. Dude, I know. I shouldn't have responded to them, but they were being mean to you, and I didn't like it. So, yeah, no kidding. It is better, and I'm pretty sure that they weren't doing the butt plug thing on the street. So, that's how the Japanese tend to see it. When we try to learn Japanese or visit and wear a kimono, as long as it's done respectfully, they enjoy it. That's the thing. As long as you respect other people's culture, there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't know how you could disrespectfully wear a hairstyle. I've never seen anybody go, oh my God, the way you're wearing those braids is really disrespectful. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, see the split hair dye, the hair, like the dyes. Yes, my daughter did that. And it definitely, the colors that you chose and stuff, nobody owned those. And let me guess, let me tell you too, she didn't sell the colors. It wasn't her product. And you're giving hair tutorials. You're telling people how to do it, so you don't own it. I'd be really happy if white people stopped listening to hip hop and rap. My daughter likes all that garbage. So sorry, it's not garbage. Listen, I'm older now. I like different type of music. Polynesians being braided hair forever. I got no issues with people doing their hair how they want. Thank you. And I appreciate that. And we shouldn't care. But if I came on here with braids, I mean, granted, I would need a whole lot of hair added to do the right braids because my hair is, kind of thin. So my braids would look really funny. But if I wanted to do that, I wonder if I would get shit for it. Did you push her in the face? No, it was all over. If you're talking about the girl who came at my daughter, I no, I didn't. It was all over like social media. So like we were sending snaps back and forth, which is really like, yeah, I know that's mature. But when you have an 11-year-old and this like 17-year-old's coming at your 11-year-old, and I'm gonna tell you something, she used words that an 11-year-old shouldn't have heard. So yeah, I would have punched her in the face, but I slapped that bitch with words. Let's just say I slapped that bitch with words. But it got to the point where my daughter was scared to go to school because the girl would pick up her sister and she would give my daughter like looks and stuff. It got to the point where my father-in-law had to pick her up directly from school and she couldn't walk to the park because she was scared of this 17-year-old over hair colors. Get a freaking life, people. The issues with white people having dreads is the differences in how society treats different races with the same hairstyles. Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. There's just so much. If we put more emphasis in other things that were actually important, I think this world would be such a better place because it forces these people to see that there's not actually anything special about them. Yeah, I guess you're right. If you have to own something like that and it's just mine, it makes you feel special. Um, it's hard to own anything because there's nothing sacred anymore. Everything is kind of out there and there's nothing new. There's no new ideas. And if you do have a new idea, somebody's going to see that. That's what fashion is about. That's what runway shows are about. That's why we have fashion designers who are constantly coming out of things. So if fashion designers made fashion and said, sorry, I only own this, nobody else can, and only certain types of people can wear it, it would be like, that is really stupid. It's how we accessorize it. It's how we represent it that makes it special to us. So it's silly. Dreads were adopted as a way for black hair to socially be acceptable by white standards. That is interesting. That is interesting. And white and black hair is so completely different. It really, really is. So I understand, wanting to wear wigs and wanting to put your hair in braids and stuff. It makes total sense. But there's a lot of white people who have maybe more coarse hair or hair that won't grow and they want to wear a wig because they're, so oh my gosh, I can't find words sometimes. They're just they're embarrassed by it or they just self-conscious. They're so self-conscious about it and it just helps them. Maybe it just helps them feel pretty. I don't know why we can't just let ourselves feel pretty. Tattoos though are different. Please educate yourself before getting a tribal native tattoo. That respectfully, I totally understand that. And I think a lot of people get different languages tattooed on them when they maybe don't know the background of that tattoo. And so I do totally respect that. I think if I was to get anything like that, it would be in Italian and I would make sure I do it appropriately. But you don't want to be disrespectful. And I am all for that. If you want to do something from another culture, do it respectfully. And I'm totally right there with you. I had pink and purple split hair and I wasn't the only one who did that. Well, you should have gotten mad because you owned those colors. They were on your head, so you own them. Aw, but listen, you have a good beard though. So you've got a strong beard game. Cannoli tried to grow a beard and could not have done it. So consider yourself lucky. You have a very, very strong beard game. So let's see. I'm just going through, everybody's talking. Then why do they go after Indian people who worship the gods that have dreads and that has zero to do with their issues or Viking cosplayers? Let me see. Did I miss something? Oh, we're adopted by away from. You're right. That is true too. That is a very good comment. That the Vikings did have braids too, because didn't the Witcher have braids or some braids in his hair? Woke is politically correct 2.0 that kicked in around Clinton's presidency. Yeah, probably. I don't think we choose these issues. We're fed them these specific issues to create division. 110%. Heck, on TikTok, they've accused a depressed chick for having matted hair and appropriating. What does that have to do with? Oh, you know what? just so you know, like that what my daughter went through, all that matted hair. Yeah, that was crazy. And maybe did I miss a comment about matted hair? I apologize if I did. Oh yeah, I don't agree with that anyone owns dread, just voicing where the frustration of some people comes from. That totally makes sense. Yeah. The way that people seem to focus on gender, sexuality, skin color is pitiful. That was called being shallow when I was growing up, focusing on surface level things. Absolutely. But those are the first things that you have to recognize and that you have to identify and all of that. And just, I don't understand why it's even a part of a conversation anymore. The color of your skin, your sexuality, your gender, it's just, those are the top three things that everybody has to talk about all the time. I lived in another country, and there were Rastas of all races. Nobody ever gave, the world doesn't revolve around American issues. I know, but I think that they do. I think they think so. I think Americans, oh, did you like when I said turlet? That's how, listen, I think in The Sopranos, the guy died on the turlet. And so I started using that word. I'm a POS, a person of cracker. You are. You are. Blacks and whites are only different because of pigment. I know. Oh my God, you said turlet. No, I say turlet. And last night, Cassie said, not for nothing. And I say that too. I was like, hey, I'm not the only person that says not for nothing. Oh, I had fun trolling. I know you did. I just needed to make sure. Democrats doesn't care about us. They hate you, me, and we, the P. They do. I don't know though, man. Sometimes I wonder about the Republicans too. It's like, I wonder if anybody has our back anymore. Cultural appropriation is BS. I say this as a person of color. Nobody owns anything. Americans have no right to impose on the rest of the world. I love sharing my culture. I think you should love to share your culture. Oh. Thank you, Mando. I appreciate you. Hey, Hunty, I hope your phone is working. You can stick around for a while. It's always good to see you. Oh, goodness gracious, you guys. Well, maybe I should get on to my next topic. Oh, hi, Krista. How are you? Oh, Miss, I know who you are. Good to see you. I have tribal tattoos, and the way I see it is if you don't like my tattoos, then don't look and walk the other way. That's a very good point too. I think what he was trying to say too is just making sure that your tribal tattoos are respectful. But I don't know how somebody would disrespectfully get a tribal tattoo. So, yeah, I'm sure that they are beautiful. Absolutely. I've met more white hippies with dreads than any other type of person. Absolutely. 100%. I totally see that. Oh, and people in general just suck. I 110% agree. It's really hard these days to be a people, to be a person, because everybody you run into, they're just, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. It really is. Yeah, Democrats and Republicans hate us. I don't know which side of the aisle is better. I really don't. I know where I stand politically, but when you look at the bigger picture, it's like, are they laughing at us? Are they laughing at us right now? These politicians, they thinking this is just a funny freaking game. I mean, look at the president that they put in front of us. The mother effer can't even walk in a straight line. He falls all the time. He can't read a teleprompter. It's just like, I think we're the joke. I really do think that we're the joke. The economy is in the toilet or the turlet. It's exhausting. I don't know what we're doing this for anymore. With how dumb a lot of people are, expect to be called a bad German soldier by someone who don't know the difference of the Germans in the world. Oh, you're talking to Zach's. We could talk about, oh, you know what? We can talk about this real quick, you guys. Since we were talking about men in dresses and confusing young children, this one right here was what I was talking about. I don't think I can make this any, let me see if I can make it bigger. Hold on. Who's the phone? Oh, there we go. Okay. So meet Rick Vandenhole, a kindergarten teacher. He dresses as a woman to teach 5-year-olds and boasts about confusing his students about his gender. Now, I don't know the context of this. I don't know if this guy is gay or oh, thanks, Iceman. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Gotta go. Great, Mrs. Sassy. Keep the good work and never bend the knee. I won't. Don't you forget it. I won't. Heisman, thank you so much. Appreciate you. We will. I know, absolutely. But you guys helping me and supporting my channel really does help too. So thank you so much. I appreciate the support. So this guy here says, first day of school for new kindergartners. Student, Professor Picky, they calls him Picky. Are you a boy or a girl? Why are you not sure? The student says, because your shoes, they're red, which I don't know if they had like, I don't know if he had like high heels on. Oh, here we go. Pointing at the boy next to me wearing red tennis shoes. Only girls wear red shoes? The student says, no. I don't have to be a boy or a girl. I dress like me. And if someone thinks I dress like a girl, then I can take that as a compliment because girls are awesome. I'm literally wearing a dress with red fingernails and he picks the shoes. I don't know what this guy is trying to do. Yes, he does. He belongs in the asylum. Why would you do this, especially if you are not trans? You shouldn't be doing this anyway. I don't think this. Oh my God, I can't even. But yeah, this person right here wants to confuse children. Listen, we as the people need to just clean house when it comes to Republicans or Democrats. They're both corrupt and have been for many decades. I absolutely agree with you. It is. It's terrible. It really is. Our politicians just on both, you just don't know who to trust anymore. You don't know who to trust. Well, you guys, it's spooky season. It's spooky season. And if you guys wanted to enjoy Knott's Berry Farm, so let's pull this up real quick. I'm going to show. I know, right? Definitely. Crazy. Let's see here. Share screen. Okay. So the amusement park Knott's Berry Farm has an attraction called Knott's Scary Farm, which is open to kids. It includes this show, which has people dressed as Satan and in bondage fetish gear dancing extremely provocatively. Okay, so this is for our kids. Let me pull this up full screen. This is for our kids, and let me know if anybody in the chat would take their kids to see this. Oh, and let me make sure that the volume is up. Just a moment. Here we go. All right, you guys, enjoy. You can be headed for the serious stuff. Now you make nothing okay, but tomorrow going down to pay. This is for kids. Okay, so hi Matt, how are you? Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you. How is this for kids? You guys, this is a show where kids can look at that. Oh, they're in water. How would you explain the show to your children? I don't understand. Why is this even necessary? First of all, why is this a show at an amusement park for families? And where does this fit into scary season, spooky season? Yeah, me too. I wouldn't take my kids either. Well, I have a 15-year-old daughter. I might take her now because, well, first of all, I wouldn't even go to that show. If I was at Knott's Scary Farm, I wouldn't be there for this shit. I would definitely be there for the rides and all of the other stuff. That is not necessary at all. It's ridiculous. It's how does it go with anything scary? That is something that you should see during Pride Month for adults only. It has nothing to do with the kids. If my 15-year-old wanted to laugh at that, fine, but I wouldn't even want to sit through that. That looks boring as hell. No, their clothing is inappropriate. I would take my kids anywhere, wouldn't take my kids anywhere near this. I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. And that's the thing. Why? That's, first of all, that looks boring. No offense. That looks boring. If I wanted to go to like a burlesque show like that, I would go to one. If you're going to Knott's Scary Farm, you're going to be scared and you're going to, for all of the other entertainment, this here seems forced and it seems like they have an agenda. And that's what I don't appreciate. Time to raise my army of spiders and march on Knott's Berry Farm. I know it's stupid. It's just like, what is the point? What is the purpose of this? Oh, I get it. Anywhere that families are going to be with kids, they're going to put this crap here so they can try to get at your kids. That's what they're doing. They always have an agenda. Not a squirrel nut zipper song. Of course, they ruin everything. It is Nut Berry Farm for sure. for sure. It's so weird they're trying to sexualize and fantasize young children. It is gross. It is absolutely disgusting. And why, like, Knott's Berry Farm is a family. Oh, somebody's coming in on the back end. I think that was cannoli. I heard a boop. So anyway, I don't understand. This is not the time and the place for children to see this stuff, but they keep doing it, you guys. They keep doing this and we keep allowing it. I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to stop it either. Oh, yeah, that's Zelda. I think she thinks she wants to go outside because that's the back door, but oh, I already did that one. This is disgusting to bring your kids to, and these people are okay with that, need to be put away. That's the problem. There are too many people supporting this. Now, in all fairness to this, without just looking at this context, this video didn't show that there were children in the audience. However, it is an establishment for children only. Now, do they have this behind a paywall? Do they have this as a special, like, adult show? I don't know the context. But the point is why is this even necessary, a necessary show at a kids family-friendly park for scary season? Why? Like, it doesn't even add up. So that's what I was wondering, is why, if there are kids in the audience to prefer, that's what I'm wondering. Because see, back in June when I did all of the Pride stuff, I was able to actually see kids at these festivals and parades and stuff. I can't see it here, but would you guys be surprised otherwise? No, you wouldn't. You would not be surprised otherwise. They are coming after our kids. Matt is 110% correct. And they want to get to our kids early. And it's so disgusting, you guys. I don't understand this fascination with our kids. It's sick. This is their self-awareness, and they are telling us to be afraid of them. Exactly. There's a time and a place for this type of it. I agree with you. It absolutely is. That's why when I was getting my ass handed, no, I didn't. I was actually doing okay on Instagram back in Pride Month. I had a whole argument or conversation with this girl who took her kids to a Pride event, and this was right after Memorial Day, and she was talking about how drag queens are heroes to her daughters. And I started to say, like, would you take those young girls to a burlesque show? Would you take them to a strip club? No. And there is a reason why it's 18 and over or 21 and over. I don't know what the rules are. I don't go. But there is a time and a place for this stuff. And could you imagine? I mean, I'm disappointed that Knott's is even allowing this. I am super disappointed in this. I don't understand why Knott's Berry Farm has to have this nasty burlesque type show. Ma'am, coming in the back end is not appropriate for public. I thought we established that over the... Oh, sorry. You're right. Well, he came in the back end and now he left. So you're right. I apologize, Josh. Coming in the back end is not appropriate for the public. I'll judge. If I saw children at these events... Exactly. I think I would do the same thing. I think I would raise a ruckus. You would definitely hear me. You would definitely hear me in the audience. This fascination... I know it does have a term, and I don't understand it. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, but we're normalizing this behavior. I don't want to say this word too much because God forbid my stream gets flagged for saying a word. If you're going to take them to this type of show, you might as well make them a porn movie. That's how bad I think it is. And I'm a mom of 3 kids. I know. See, and I'm a mom of a teenage daughter. And I just don't, first of all, like I said, the show looks boring. Second of all, would any of our kids, let me ask you this too, Krista, would any of your kids even want to sit through that? When you're at Knott's Scary Farm and you have haunted houses and haunted rides and all of these other things, is this what your kids would want to, could you imagine telling your 3 kids to sit down and this is what we're going to do? They're going to be like, no, Mom, I want to go on the roller coaster. I want to go to the haunted house. I want to go do other things. I think that's exactly where they would rather be. They're going after our kids because they don't or can't have kids, so they want to indoctrinate our children. I won't let them have mine. I won't let them have mine either. I agree. They tried to get her in a certain aspect, but they didn't. Sexualizing a child was the first phase of trauma in the MK Ultra brainwashing program. Oof. Oof. No, thank you. No, thank you at all. My kids wouldn't want anything to do with that. No kidding, because it's boring. It doesn't even look funny. Oh, my Jana. How are you, my friend? You are so sweet to stop by. I hope you're okay. I hope you are taking care of yourself. You'll have to keep us posted. I saw some comments on our group chat while I'm doing the show, so I don't know if you said anything or an update, but I hope your wrist isn't broken. Copa did mention that last night, that you might have a hairline fracture. So if you need anything at all, I know we're far away, but we can send you anything you need. I can send Cannoli out there to do housework. He's great at it. I'll send him your way. Anyway, much love to you, Jana, and the Cecilia. I'm so glad that she wasn't hurt. So good to see you. Yeah, so if you guys want to go to Not Scary Farm, there you go. You can go to that if you'd like. Okay, I'm fine. I'm actually at urgent care now, waiting for the okay. All right, honey. Well, look at you checking in. You're so sweet. Well, I guess what are you gonna do while you wait? This is very, I would probably be doing the same thing. So yeah, I hope it's not. Although they say sometimes though, when you do something like that actually, well, Cannoli told me that when we were talking football. He was like, a clean break sometimes is better than like a tweak, or I don't know, because sometimes it's a clean break is a clean heel. I don't know. Anyway, there's a whole thing he was telling me about it. Oh gosh, you guys. So that's what we were talking about. Let's see. We've got some other subjects here that I can pull up. Let me see. This one's fun. Let's talk about this real quick. So, you know how I like the whatever podcasts that are full of a bunch of dummies. So there was this clip going around where this college leftist says guns are not needed to stop intruders. You know what she said? Just turn on the lights. Okay. Let me see. Play this in the waiting room with your volume as loud as it goes. Good for promotion for Mrs. C. Hey, listen, I am a whore at it. Any promotion I can get. Let's go. Listen. Jana knows what she's doing for me. Oh, I tell you. I know. Poor Jana. She needed this like a hole in the head. Okay, so we are going to pull this up really quick. And we're going to play this video of this girl who is so friggin' stupid that she actually thinks that turning on the lights and scaring somebody is better than having a weapon for protection. Okay, it's 1:08, but it's worth it. Let's make sure that I have the volume turned up. Okay. All right, you ready, kids? Here we go.
Would you date a guy who legally owned a firearm? Let's start with you.
I mean, I would just be confused as to why he felt the need to have it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem necessary. It's a tool, right? It's a
self-defense
in an urban setting. I mean,
that's where you need it the most.
Ideal.
I mean, I'm not anti-gun. Like
3 men are starting to break into your house that you share with your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want your boyfriend to have a firearm to defend the home, defend you in that situation?
I mean, I don't think it's necessary that he has a gun to defend. Like, I mean, turn on all the lights, hit the car alarm, startle, like,
call the police.
Sure, that's not. They're not there, but that's not.
Sometimes you don't have enough time to just
right. But I don't. I don't think having a gun is necessarily perfect in every situation either. It's so much more complex than that. And also, if they have a gun and you have a gun, like no one's winning that.
Well, I mean, if you're a good shot, but
quick draw.
I mean, you just
quick.
I don't even know where to begin with this stupidity. Exactly. Well, look at her. She doesn't look like she has a brain. And if she's a college leftist, she definitely checked her brain at the door. Just turn on the lights for home intruders. That just makes the intruders more frantic and will likely to harm you if they run into anybody. Listen, these are the type of people that also probably don't think they need police officers. I mean, she didn't even say call the police first up. She's probably the one she probably backs defunding the police because you could just turn a light on. You know, we've had people that we know in our extended family. And I've actually had friends that are no longer friends because they're stupid like this, that will just have a baseball bat or a knife or something else. Well, I want to say that I heard a story a while back where all this woman had was something held in her hand. It wasn't a gun, but what is she going to do? She's going to run towards the person with the gun in their hand, hoping she makes it to them and stabs them or hits them with the bat before the person shoots them. How realistic is that? These people don't understand. They are so naive. This is what our generation is. This is what we're upbringing. These are the people that are going to vote. Right here is somebody who thinks we can just turn the light on or the car horn. Yeah, it might have been. It might as well have been, because that's what I'm saying. You need to have a gun to protect yourself in those situations. I was never a huge gun guy until recently. And if someone tries to come in my house with me and you know what? I wasn't either. Like, it's so funny when you look back on like how you've changed. Like, Facebook really shows how you've changed as a person, because you'll go back and read whatever, like, oh, on this day you said this. And, you know, I used to be really against guns. And then I started to learn more about them. And Cannoli actually worked for a gun trigger manufacturer, and he built gun triggers, and he started to learn more about guns and educate himself. And you know who taught me how to fire a gun? Not Cannoli, his friend Whiskey Banger, who is ex-military and police officer. Okay, so it was somebody who actually knew what he was doing, taught me how to do it safely. So I really think that if you educate yourself on something, have it for home protection. I'm right there with you. I wasn't huge on it. They scare me, but I know that they're necessary. And Cannoli, we have, you know, we're ready to go. I mean, just like sneeze and cough and like yell, you have like COVID, everyone be like, it's scared of you and rob you. That's true. Just tell them you have COVID. I don't even think they would care. Also, never turn the lights on. You know your floor plan. They don't. Listen, consider the source. Consider the source. Yeah, you are a gun guy for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And we are too now. Like, we're ready to go. I mean, if shit hits the fan, I feel protected. I feel protected for sure. Because Cannoli's got it under control. Remember that Halloween sequel where Michael Myers was defeated by a light bulb? Yeah, I know, that's true. That is very true. I think people that are huge anti-gun, and I feel the need to have a home invasion. Oh, feel the need. Yes, exactly. See, that's the thing. You're so quick to judge, but if you're in that situation, I don't think you'd want to turn on the light. What are you going to turn on the lights? Go blah, 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 and scare. I mean, what is that going to do? Or turn on the lights? How about this? Turn on the lights so they can see where you are, so they can shoot you better. Perfect. Smart. But these are the people. This is the mentality that are voting for Sleepy Joe. Then feed the bodies to some pigs, they'll eat anything. Absolutely. Let's see. You've got two. Yeah, I know. Cannoli's got all this fancy stuff. I couldn't even tell you. When it comes to keeping law-abiding citizens safe, gun education, I agree with you. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I know. He actually, when Cannoli first started his channel, Whiskey Banger and Cannoli did the show together. And Whiskey Banger is a really cool dude. He's still a really good friend of ours. He just wasn't able to hang with the podcasting thing because, you know, he had other life things going on. But no, you don't earn a name like that for nothing. And he definitely would be YouTube gold if he was able to hang around. So he's a good dude. I'm also scared of guns, but I think if you're not scared of guns, you shouldn't own one. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I let Cannoli deal with all that stuff. I'm in the South. It's required for me to have a gun and drive a truck. Well, you need to make sure you're doing what you need to do out there. Oh, speaking of light bulbs, that girl was about a 3-watt. She absolutely was. I mean, you might be a little bit, being a little bit nice. Education and skill training is paramount when it comes to guns. I've been around guns since I was a small kid. Yes, it's just, you know, you have to educate yourself on everything. I mean, the guns were created for a reason. And yet, much like anything else out there, everything is abused and used incorrectly. So we just have to make sure that we do what we need to do to be a safe and respectful, responsible gun owner. So yeah, I think that this girl definitely is, needs a home invasion. And I think then she'll get the point. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go on to our next topic. I wanted to talk about this person who, just so you guys know, if you are straight, okay, everybody in the chat, if you are straight, no, wait, that's not true. If you're a cisgender, it's a trauma response, okay? This person here is an LGBTQ activist, claims that not being trans and being, okay, so this is a little bit of, this is a little bit of a word salad. It doesn't really make sense. Not being trans and being straight is a trauma response. Not being trans and being straight. Okay, let's just, I know, I don't, I know. Now what this is, okay, let's try to figure out what this person is saying, because I'm already confused. I'm already confused by the description of it. But here's somebody who obviously doesn't know which way is up. Hold on. Okay, good. I thought I was the only one confused. Okay, great. Thank you. So let's try to help me figure this out, because this doesn't make sense. I thought trans and gay were two separate things, which is why everybody has their own letter in the alphabet, right? Okay, help me out here. Let's share this screen. I thought it was just me. Sometimes I overthink things, so let's do this. All right. Oh, strike that, reverse it. I love it. Yep, really Wonka. I love that. That's one of my favorite sayings. Strike that, reverse it. Never. You're right. Josh will never be looped in with them. Absolutely. You guys don't get to have Josh. Okay, here we go. Help me out.
Now, I had a lot of confused people in these comments, which is the goal. Nothing that I do is ever supposed to make sense. However, let me explain this. So I go to a gender therapy specialist. She's fucking great. And she's deep into academic Twitter. So she found this person's dissertation where they argued that being cis and straight is a trauma response, which at first is just like, what do you mean? That doesn't make any.
Okay, so cis and straight. So cis, if people don't realize what cis is, that is like, I'm a cis woman. Cannoli's a cis man. Like, I guess it's just a man and a woman, but we have to put cis in front of it now because there's all these different variations. So I am a cis woman, just to clear that up for you. But because I'm cis and straight, it's a response to trauma. That's what I'm getting so far. Please correct me if that's not what you guys are getting.
Fucking sense. But if we think about the heteronormativity that is our society, and how in so many parts of our country, especially, like, it is so not okay to be trans or to be gay. People aren't allowed to.
Nobody said it wasn't okay to be gay. Here we go. Cis is your gender, biological gender you're born with. Okay, exactly. So I am a cis woman because I was born as a woman. Okay. What did you say? Flaccid is Limp Phoenix. Yes, he is, but he's not even here. Maybe he'll show up now that you talked about him. Okay. So yes, it's your biological, and this person is using see, that's the thing. Don't put cis in front of it if you're a woman. So why, you're right. Why do we have to add the extra word if I'm just a woman, but now, cis is your gender. So why, oh my gosh, I can't. Yeah, I reject the term cis. Call it what it is, normal. That's what, okay, good. There we go. All right, let's finish this.
Express or explore that side of their identity. So they just kind of conform to society and don't even think about it. Like, if you
wait a minute. So what this person is saying is that when we are a cis straight person, we conform because we don't think anything of it. So I'm just conforming. So what you're saying right now is that my trauma response, because I didn't think about it thoroughly, I just decided, because I didn't think about it, that I am cis and straight. Okay, cool. Exactly. No one said it. Yeah, said it was wrong to be gay or trans. Going back to no one had a problem with trans until they evolved kids. Exactly. Yep. What did he say? Doesn't that ding dong know that she wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for trauma response? Straight people did the tango. Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. I think that's a very, very good point. This, they, them told us everything we need to know up front. Nothing I ever do makes sense. Yep. Sounds about right. Good. I think you're right. See, me too. I loved Wat Waffle. I use that word all the time. Good for you. I knew I loved you, Krista. But you're right. My brain hurts too. Like I'm thinking that I should know more about what this person is talking about, but I don't. Like, am I the problem? Oh, yes, you're the problem. You're the problem, and so am I. All right, let's hear him finish it up. 10 more seconds here of garbage.
Gender and sexuality is such a broad spectrum. To only exist on one extreme of it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, wait. Gender is an extreme. What did that person say? Gender is what? Hold on.
It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, hold on.
Gender and sexuality is such a broad spectrum.
Okay, gender is a broad spectrum. If gender is a broad spectrum, but you scientifically can only be born as a boy or a girl, how is that such a broad spectrum? That doesn't make any sense. 110%. 110%. Every video I play, the non-binary they thems are always ugly as fuck. You are absolutely, thank you for taking the words out of my mouth. You are absolutely 100% right. That person that I played a couple weeks ago that is non-binary, and when the boss was saying, hey girls, stop talking, this person would not answer their boss because they refused to be called a girl. They were ugly as fuck too. So you're absolutely right. Hit the nail on the head. Yeah, this trans activism is just brain salad, just like a bunch of buzzwords thrown into a blender. That's what I'm saying. Like, this person tends to use just a lot of big words to confuse me and make me feel like I'm stupid and that I can't figure out what they're saying. It's a broad spectrum on one side of a male on one side and a male on the other side. Oh, a broad. I get it. Good one, Gord. Gender is not a spectrum. It's a condition of biological reality. That's what I'm saying. How can you even say that? Sexuality, fine. There's a lot of whatever. I'll give you that. But there's only two genders. I know it's frowned upon bashing someone's head in, but I think the situation should be an exception. I'll give you a pass. Joshy, it's also a justification for why nobody likes them. It's not because they're annoying and ugly. It's because you're a bigot. The responses are, but there are hermaphrodites. Yeah. Oh, I know. There was a story talking about that too, where this baby was born with both parts and the parents had to choose like which gender to give them. And I think it ended up not working out so well for that person, later in life. But that is exactly what you're saying, Ness. I mean, look at how low that percentage is of people that do experience that, but it can be traumatic, and that's a major exception. You're absolutely right. I get called a they, them so much, it makes me despise the obnoxious non-binary people. No, I really miss the old gay community. They were so much better than this crap these people came up with during COVID lockdowns. I absolutely agree with you. The good old gay community, and there's so many of them that get a bad name just because they're just living their own life and they're not trying to bring kids into it. All right, let's finish this real quick.
To only exist on one extreme of it doesn't make any sense, especially if you're both extremes, Like, it could happen, but
yeah, that person is nuts. Well, they don't call me Josh Biggity McDonald for nothing. Listen, own your name. It's okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't even. You know what? And I've been wanting to play this video, you guys, for a while now. But I haven't had a chance. I think it's really hysterical when yes, I know it is stupid. Why why are you having to be a they them? It's so weird. It's so weird. It just doesn't make any sense. You like that good old gay community? You know what? I liked back when it was just plain and simple. You either were gay, lesbian, and that's it. I mean, gay or lesbian. It's all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Just gay, and then there was men and female. Male and female. I can speak. I only bigot Max at McDonald's. Yes. That's the gayest thing I ever posted, and we love it. We love you for it. I want to elect Josh as the God Emperor of the gay community. Yep, I do too, because you know what? He wouldn't put up with this shit. He would put them all in their place, and I love him for that. You're like, well, that's it. Bi is fake. It's so stupid. And even if you were bi, like, why does it have to be talked about all the time? But you're right. Bi is like, so cool. Everybody wants to be bi. And believe me, my daughter got bit by all that sexuality bug too. Not only did she get bit by the gender bug, she got bit by the sexuality bug too. Like, this poor kid didn't even know which way was up for like 2 years. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I feel like people that are non-binary, whatever, are just gay, lesbian. They're socially awkward and can't get out there. I think you're right. I think that's why they make all these terms and stuff, so they can be socially accepted, because they don't know where they belong either. And so they just create a new group. If you're a dude who is bi, I got news for you. You're gay. That's what it is. Nas queen. Yes, queen. Hey, girl. Hey. What even is bi if there are 96.35 genders? I don't even know either. Bi is exactly. All women are bisexual, though. They can get away with it. It is true. It's way more acceptable for a woman to be bisexual than it is for a man to be bisexual, because bisexual men, really, it's just an excuse for them to be gay, in my opinion. But, it is what it is. I knew that I always preferred men, and over the years, I've been proven right. Stares at Cavill. Exactly. Exactly. All women are bi. It's up to men to discover sexual or polar. Yep. Oh, you guys, I can't. Okay, I've been wanting to talk about this. This is old, but I wanted to talk about one trans not liking another trans, and it's pretty hysterical that Dylan Mulvaney kind of got put in her place. Oh God, I said her. Sorry. Dylan Mulvaney got put in their place. See, this is when you have to use they, them, though, because you don't want to give them a label. I guess I could say man. But anyway, I found this clip to be really funny, and it's been on my Google Doc for several weeks, and I've just been wanting to share it because I think it's hysterical. This is when, okay, so if everybody remembers who Laverne Cox was, I'm just going to say she. It's just easier that way, you guys. I'm sorry. Laverne Cox was the transgender who was in Orange is the New Black. And, they didn't really make a big deal out of it. It was just, it is what it is. They didn't go, I don't remember. And maybe it's because I'm more aware now of all of this stuff going on, but I don't remember Laverne Cox ever really making a big deal out of who they were. However, I don't know, but I know definitely a lady man. Let's play this clip because it was kind of funny, because Laverne Cox was like, dude, you need to scale it back in. Stop being out there so much. Nobody really gives a shit. So let me go ahead and play this real quick. This was good. I enjoyed it. Okay. So first of all, Dylan Mulvaney was just like losing their shit because Laverne Cox was there, and Dylan is just such a huge fan. So they're about to walk up to Laverne Cox, and Laverne pretty much tells Dylan how it is.
I'm about to walk up
Oh, let me go ahead and make sure the volume's all the way up. I don't know why it's just, okay, here we go.
to Laverne Cox. We're at the Grammys. She's on my vision board this year. You were on my 2023 vision board, and now I'm finally getting to meet. It's only February.
I was on your 2023 vision board.
You were.
That's lovely. It's insane that you're like documenting so much of your life.
See, right there, Laverne is giving Dylan a little bit of a dig, because it's like, it's insane that you're documenting so much of your life. Like, Laverne's not out there. I know it does look like a bicycle seat, Hunty. Definitely. Yeah, I don't mind her. I mean, I don't mind Laverne Cox because in my opinion, I don't hear this person out there, you know, being a loudmouth and all this shit unless I've missed it. But I didn't see Laverne out there during Pride Month doing the marches, doing all this weird shit. So some people like this just want to be left alone. And I respect that. Yeah, it does. You know, it does look like a bicycle seat for sure. All right. So Dylan is being told by Laverne that you need to curb it a little bit, honey. Yes, I agree. And it's so funny when one trans is telling another trans, you pump the brakes, honey.
And make sure you keep things for yourself. Everything cannot be for the public. They love it. Yes, they love it, but everything cannot be for them.
See, Laverne is like, shut your fucking mouth. Nobody cares. Stop sharing every little thing on the internet.
Yes, I just did my FFS. And
I know.
See? So I guess it's feminine facial surgery is what Dylan had, right? And so Laverne is about to tell Dylan, I know because you posted it all over your social media. Watch.
Oh, we know. It's all over TikTok.
Thank you, baby.
I want to
See, all over TikTok. So even Laverne was like, it's enough, honey. Nobody cares. I know, for fuck's sake, much better. But I didn't even know that Dylan had that. And this is supposed to be back in February. So this is an older clip. I don't know. The recent pictures of Dylan still look like, I mean, could they not do the facial hair shit?
say to everyone who's supporting her, thank you. I think it's really important that we have support from people and love from folks, and I see all the love that you give her, and it's so important. And it's not just important for her, it's important for all the trans people out there who maybe aren't getting that support.
Please give that love that you give to us.
Oh, I know. It's exactly why I wanted to play this clip, because Laverne looks so annoyed because you've got this friggin' weirdo in the red dress out here giving trans people a bad name. Laverne's just like, dude, curb it a little bit. You know, keep some shit for yourself. But Dylan thinks they have to put every single thing out on the internet. And Laverne was like, dude, I don't even like you. Hi, Squeaka. How are you? Where's womanhood in like a clown suit? I know. It is so sad. But they had feminine facial surgery or whatever that did, FFS. So don't they look so much better?
Yes, to every trans person.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Love ya.
I know. It was just funny. I loved it because Laverne wasn't having it. So I've been wanting to play that clip for a while because I think it's pretty funny. It's just we just can't. Oh, what else do I have here? I've already played that. Kind of running out of, I mean, I have a lot of topics over here. What is this one? Let's look at this one. Now we're just kind of going. Yeah, oh, here's one. This is fun. Hi, Lance. How are you? Yes, this was the big beard in a dress stream. We already talked about him. We're nearing kind of the tail end of the stream, but we talked about jonathanvanness, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. He had some choice things to say about trans kids and butt plugs on the same episode. So thank you for stopping by, Lance. I appreciate you. It's always good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I want feminine facial surgery. Maybe then I could be Squeaka. I'm sure you are beautiful. I've never seen what you look like, but do not be hard on yourself. But wouldn't it be funny if us as women went and got that type of surgery? They'd be like, but you're already a female. Yeah, but I want to look more female. Oh, Whitey, slaves built this stream. No, Squeaka, you do not want to look more feminine like Dylan. Yeah. Oh, you just got back from the creator reviewing in 30 minutes. All right. So will that be a live stream? Because we'll have to check it out. I'll have to let Cannoli know. I'm sure you'll have it posted on social media. But I know everybody's seeing that movie right now. I know. Good to see you, Whitey. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're having a good Sunday. Oh gosh, this we can play this oh yes, live. Okay, so in about 30 minutes. Well, I'm gonna of course wrap up my show here shortly, and because I have cooking to do. Okay, circling back. But what if cis people tried to indoctrinate their adopted children? They'd be in the streets. Exactly. I know. You can circle back anytime you want, Matt. I know. I'm just so confused. I don't even know how we're parents, Matt. I don't even know how we're raising these children. It is so difficult to raise children. It's difficult to raise yourself, to be a freaking adult, a human, adult in this society. We don't even know where we belong anymore. You don't need FFS, especially if you're a washing machine. I know, that's true. That's true. If there are washing machines around, you are absolutely fine. Plus, we could set you up with that guy on the stream last night that Zach's had on. He looked, he was a firecracker. He had a lot going on for him. We could absolutely hook you up with him if you'd like. Or Hunter J. I mean, he's something. FFS will always be, for fuck's sake. Always. That's why I had to kind of go, what did this person have? What did this person have? I wanted to let you guys know that, you want a piece of that 187. Let me tell you something. I was not interested until he put the jacket on. The jacket sealed the deal for me. I don't know about you, but the jacket sealed the deal for me. So, yeah, he was sus last night, Mad Cheesemo. He was sus. I missed my chance to look more feminine when I told my parents no to braces when I was a kid. Oh, I'm sorry. I know it is tough. It's tough that those decisions last for forever. And now they're too expensive. Back to the bearded women. He's such a weak-minded individual. He broke down over a question about men and right. So that's what we talked about in the beginning of this stream. Is I wanted to talk about, and we can circle back because I know a lot of people weren't on in the beginning of the stream, but Matt, what I was really, really annoyed about is, yes, he did break down over that. He broke down how much he's carrying on his shoulders, okay, in this whole situation. And so I'm assuming you also heard the episode. And what I really enjoyed was the fact that the transition. Wait, what? We're talking about the dude. Yes, we are. We're talking about we're having 2 or 3 conversations at the same time, Josh. But yeah, so the guy on my thumbnail, JonathanVanness, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. He was crying about men and women's sports and how everybody needs a place, and if everybody didn't have a place, blah 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 blah. But then the episode quickly transitioned into talking about how he could tell you how to become a dirty whore, what prep was, gentle insertion, and butt plugs. And then he said that he's never had to get his ass ready before. And he was talking about other men coming in him and breeding him in front of his husband. So I don't really think that I take anything he has to say about our kids at face value at all, because he's disgusting. So yeah. Cannoli he did fall asleep with a plate of lasagna in his lap. He did. I'm sorry. He's got his priorities. See, what I do is he's like a kid. When I do my stream, I make sure he has all of his snacks and he's in front of the TV and he's ready to go, because mommy needs like an hour and a half to 2 hours of quiet time. So yeah, he's got his video games and his lasagna. He's good. Too expensive, and dentist actually told me braces won't help my buck teeth now. Oh man. What about that Invisalign? Will that Invisalign help you at all? I know it's a little bit more cost effective. I don't know. Yes, it always goes to a sexual place. That's what I'm saying. So when Vex first told me about this guy crying on the podcast, I'm like, okay, you know what? This kind of goes with what I talk about. I could use something good to listen to at work. And I liked how Dax did not bend the knee and kind of gave him questions that were a little bit harder that made him cry. But yes, what bothered me the most is how we went from talking about our kids and we need to protect the trans kids and we need to, make sure they have what they need. And then we talk about being disgusting and saying all these inappropriate things in the same episode. They can have a place, but I don't get into all that because my views may not be liked by everyone else. And that's okay. Your views are fine. Everybody needs to have a place. I get it. I mean, Oh, is he really? I did not know that. Interesting. Okay. Okay. That is very, very, very interesting. I had no idea. Makes me want to be homeless and living next to him. Listen, though, you can get, what was it? A hot cot and 3 something and anal sex. I don't know. It sounded like a good time, Squeaka. Sounded like a good time. I'll have to check it out. I forgot about Invisalign. I think that's kind of how you spell it. Yeah, but look into that too. And you know what it is? They are making things so much more affordable for stuff like that. Like I have hearing aids because I'm deaf, and they have care credit, which is like a medical credit card, so you can make payments, so you can have something like Invisalign, or you can have something like hearing aids, so you don't have to shell out $6,000 all at one time. So yeah, definitely look at Invisalign. That might actually help you, because I want to say that there's a lot of different Invisalign type of things, but I want to say people have actually had really crooked teeth. I've watched their progression and it nice and straight. So definitely check that out. Yes, it always does. And that's what bothers me so much. It always goes to a sexual place. He's talked about it openly. Honestly, for years, I considered him a good thing for the gay community, despite being so flamboyant, but he just goes off the deep end as well. And everybody does, and it doesn't matter. We all tend to go off the deep end, but see, and I'm not that familiar with him. I just kind of pulled this story because I thought, his take was interesting on things, but it's always good to have a good advocate in your community as well. But yes, he is extremely flamboyant for sure, but that's who he is. I used care credit when I got my LASIK eye surgery. Yeah, see? It really comes in handy. There's no way I would be able to afford my hearing aids if I didn't have care credit. But even the monthly payments, you guys, and then with this economy and stuff, I don't know. Maybe I was better off deaf. All right, kids. Well, I'm going to probably wind it down because we're almost at the 2-hour mark and mommy has stuff to do. Laundry, food prep, the boring stuff. Get ready for another work week. So let's see. I'm going to do you should bring your own washer. You should, because then you could do all the homeless people's clothing. That would be so nice of you. All right. So let's see. What do we have coming up? So tomorrow night, of course, is an episode of MMM where they are going to be reviewing The Shining. And I can't remember all the special guests. I do apologize, but Cannoli already posted that. So I got to go mow the yard. Oh, well, enjoy. You share a birthday week with Josh. So happy birthday, Corey and Josh. Enjoy your week. Thank you so much for everybody who supports me on a weekly basis. I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are amazing people, and I truly, truly adore each and every one of you. Thank you so much. It's okay, Matt. It's okay that you were late. I love that you were here and you always add so much to the conversation. So I appreciate you. I will keep trying to do the Lord's work. Glenn, appreciate you as always. You're a huge supporter. I appreciate you. Ness, thank you for showing up. You got the hoops out of the deal. Oh, love you too, Squeaka. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Hearing Dylan gives me hearing aids too. I know, right? Okay, so tomorrow night, episode of MMM, 6:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. They're reviewing The Shining. Please check that out. If you want to see me, I was on Saturday night hypnosis last night with Hypnotic. That was a really good time. I enjoyed it. Let's see. I don't think I have anything coming up. Oh, yes, I do. Oh my God. This Friday, you guys, is the first Friday of the month. So we will be back with Truly the Female Perspective with Vex Electronica and Shiro for another fun episode talking about all things female perspective. Yeah, check out Zach's stream too, you guys. From Circle of Jerks last night was great. So check that out if you can this afternoon. It was great. And then so Friday, Truly the Female Perspective, I will be on this channel, 6:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then, of course, you can find me here again next Sunday. Same time, same place. I appreciate you all. Yes, you need to watch the replay from last night. And then we all got kicked over to Tim's stream, but I'm sure he deleted it. So I can't even go back and rewatch it or what I missed before I fell asleep. But anyway, I love you all. Have a great week and stay sassy. I appreciate you guys. See, I ended too quick when I have to find my outro. Here she is. Take care, guys. Bye.